Today we have an awesome episode. It's on how to improve your financial health through saving money. One of the most important things out there is how to keep that money you earn, how to save it, and what to do with it. So we've got three awesome guests here that are coming to give us little tiny tips on what to do. If it's your first time watching Millionaires Are Made, welcome. This is a show where we share tiny little bits of information from normal people to other normal people. We don't have big giant gurus or whatever that we can't really relate with. I love sharing information so everyone can just grow on their journey to millionaireship. Today is on financial health, which is typically what people think of as a millionaire, but really you can be a millionaire in your spiritual health or your social health or even your intellectual health. So we do episodes on that every Wednesday. We do 2 different episodes. So we'll have another one later on today, but we are glad you're here. If you want to be a guest, just let us know, comment, sign up. However, we have tons of availability for guests. You can come on and share just a little tip and help make the world a better place. And if you want to sponsor an episode, go ahead and let us know. We love sponsors. It only costs $5. It's so cheap. We just want to help everyone get their name out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to pull our first guest here, ask him our usual 3 questions, and we will learn how to save money through financial health. Sally, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, Austin. I appreciate it.
All right, I've got one question to start with. Who are you?
I am a real estate investor who got in trouble in 2019 with the IRS because I got a payment plan with the capital gains. That led me to find the Spendthrift Trust, and now I help U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and investors save federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. It's an amazing thing people don't know about. It's the same thing as the Rockefellers.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's very important. Real estate investors, go connect with her. We'll post all her Instagram and everything on our post as well. But yeah, that sounds like a very important thing. Capital gains
Very
taxes.
important. I've saved a lot of money.
That's important. Thank you so much. So I've got another question for you, Sally. If I wanted to improve my financial health by saving money, what tip would you give me?
Back in April of 2020, when COVID had struck, I had 12 notes that were paying me almost $5,000 a month. They all dried up and my income stopped coming in. My friend Veronica introduced me to the crypto gift tree. One time, $10, 3 recruits, and anybody in the world can do it. My friend in India, she had to pay 159 rupees on Cash App, but she got her 3 recruits, and you'll make $20,080 when you go through the entire tree. Just one time, $10, 3 recruits.
Wow. All right. That sounds awesome. Okay. Let me ask you this. How did you learn this tip?
Again, my friend Veronica, we were in the same real estate group in Phoenix, Arizona. She approached me. She was embarrassed to approach me, and she goes, "Would you like to do this?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah. I need another source of income." You know, COVID, I don't know about you, Austin, COVID really affected me, and I needed another source of income. And using the crypto gift tree, yes, it's crypto. You'll have to pay capital gains on your money, but it saved me. It really, really saved me.
Interesting. Okay, great. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about how to save money and improve your financial health?
Unfortunately, a statistic in the United States, most Americans don't even read 1 book a year. I really think people should go to the library. It's free. Go to the library. I have a series of 5 books I love. My favorite book, it's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I use this when I have a situation I have to figure out. I put the thought in my head, and when I wake up, I have an entire plan already set up. It's an amazing, use your subconscious mind. It's there. You should be using it.
Very cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're going to move on to our next guest. Hey, Marianne, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, thanks.
One quick question right now. Who are you?
My name is Marianne, and I'm a spending coach. I teach people how to become unshoppable. It's a niche that's not really talked about, how to stop spending before it happens. And I'm a mom of 2 and 2 cats.
So you kind of teach how to counteract the psychology of marketing.
Yep. Yeah. So there really is a psychology component to why we buy and why we spend. And I started
Yes.
researching that. And why is no one talking about this? So I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about it to anyone that'll listen.
So as a marketer, I've studied the psychology of marketing as well, but on the side to make you buy more.
Yeah. Yep. But that's the
cool.
thing
So,
is, oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, that's the thing is, at first when I started researching, it was like, oh, those marketers, out to get our money. But it's not, it's a business just like mine. And it really comes down to, you've got to be in control of your spending decisions. It's not the marketers that are making you spend that money. You are deciding to spend. And so you really do have to take ownership of your spending habits and just be in control, so that no matter what marketing thing you see, you're in control.
I mean, you are kind of fighting an uphill battle, because marketers they're trained and taught, and they study psychology and the way to make you want to buy more. So essentially what you're offering, I assume, is how to counteract that and to study. I mean, anyone that studies a subject usually knows more about it. So Marianne, you can teach how to counteract all their studying so you don't buy every single thing in that store.
And it's even simpler than that. I teach you how to identify your emotions and the things that trigger you to buy, so that you're not we're not fighting that uphill battle, because it is. And you're just learning what triggers you to buy, because it's individual for every person.
I love hearing you use those words, because I've learned the whole way. We got to get the trigger, get their emotional. You need the emotional tie. And you're like, this is how we stop that. That's pretty funny. All right, one quick question, then another quick question. If I wanted to improve my financial health by saving money, what tip would you give me?
So the best tip is to spend less, save more. And it sounds pretty obvious, but the best way to do that is to track your spending habits. This isn't tracking your spending like I spent $100 at Walmart. This is tracking those impulse buys. I bought a candy bar because I felt like I deserved it, or I raided the $5 bins at Target. You want to track those impulse buys, because that's what you're doing inside the store, and that's what's triggering you to buy.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. Okay, so this you kind of already answered, but let me just ask you straight up. What happened in your life journey that you learned this piece of advice?
Oh, after years of struggling with my own overspending and, trying to fix it every other way, I finally looked at my spending and realized I am spending so much money unintentionally without even thinking about it. And when I researched it, there is a reason why we're triggered to buy. It's a reaction in our brain. And to truly stop overspending, you need to understand what triggers you. And that's how you stop spending. That's how you become unshoppable, where you can resist those urges to spend and buy.
I really like that word, unshoppable. Did you come up with that?
I did, actually. I saw a good friend of mine. She said, "Become unstoppable," and I said, "That's such a good phrase." And then I went, "Wait a second, become unshoppable. That's awesome."
I like that. All right. Have you written a book yet? Because that sounds like a book title to me.
I am in the works, but I have a course called Become Unshoppable. So that's where I kind of coined the term. And then I plan to just run with it and have a book and just teach people that you have the power within you right now to change your spending habits. I don't have any more experience or education than anyone else. I just have a passion for helping others with their spending the way I wish I would have been helped. And this is years. I mean,
that's beautiful you said that. That's exactly like the essence of this show. You're not significantly smarter or lucky or whatever. You just said, okay, I'm tired of this problem. I'm going to go research it and solve it. And then I want to share and teach everyone else what I learned. So no one has time to learn every category and be an expert.
Well, and if anything, I've made all the mistakes, and I don't want people to make my same mistakes.
That's what I always say in all my coaching. I'm like, remember, I've failed a lot, so I'll tell you how I fail. I'll tell you real good. Just do something else. Just do something else.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So if you are looking to stop buying unnecessary items and you want to learn how to be unshoppable, feel free to contact Marianne, and we'll be posting all her stuff as well when we share this episode. But Marianne, it was great talking to you. Thank you so much. I am going to move on to our next guest.
Thanks.
Brandy, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've got a quick first question for you. Who are you?
Well, I'm Brandy, the owner of Boundaries Consulting, in which I'm the CFO to small businesses to help them save, maintain, and get their capital. But on a personal side, I specialize in helping individuals get towards their financial freedom and get financially healthy.
Very cool. So you said you're a CFO to small businesses.
Yes.
So kind of like a fractional CFO?
Yeah, so I'm that brain behind it. So I'm going to help them get that capital to start their business, get that capital to maintain their business, and then go forward. Okay. Anything they need to do as far as obtaining and getting extra capital so that the business stay afloat. That's why I help them on the business side.
Is there a specific niche or specific amount or size that you specialize in?
So it'll be small business because usually if you're a big business, you have the CFO in your company. So this is the CFO that's behind the scenes as needed to help you get that capital going along to proceed.
Very cool. And do you have a niche industry you focus on? Like really agriculture, real estate?
So it's just like the small entrepreneurial world where it can be finances, or if they're just starting a small business boutique, things of that nature. Real estate, definitely real estate. I help a lot of real estate investors.
Very cool. Very cool. We might have to connect with Sally a little bit there. Big real estate investor. Cool. Well, I've got a question for you. If I wanted to improve my financial health by saving money, what advice would you give me?
I'm going to say that it starts with your mindset, because some of us think about the financial health, they think about budget, and then you think about restrictions. No, you need to think about freedom, because once you have that financial health, then you're going to have more freedom. So you're going to look at your numbers. Don't run away from them. We hate that nasty word budget. Don't run away. We do. Don't run away from the numbers. Look at the numbers, face them head on. Then you'll see where you're spending. And then the best thing you can do is pay yourself first, because you're going to educate yourself along the way, and then you're going to have those small wins. When you set a goal, get to that number, and then once you're paying yourself first, next you're going to do that emergency fund. Two separate things. Emergency is emergency. Lost job, bill. My money is my money. So you have that. You can see where you're spending the unnecessary money at with, I just want to buy this dress. I want this Starbucks coffee every day. Things of that nature. It's ways to cut back, and it'll stop with that impulsive spending.
Awesome. Very cool. I like it. What happened on your life journey? Where did you go to learn all this information?
So I definitely learned from experience, and I had to educate myself. I wasn't taught anything about financial health, healthy mindset, any of that, right? So I had children, and I was the type that I never would balance my checkbook. I was just, let me write this check, and let me use my debit card, and okay, if it goes, it goes. And I thank God I was not out here just bouncing checks, but I had to learn. So I had to learn from myself, and I wanted to implement that for my kids. That's not a way to go, as far as just swiping. If it goes, it goes, So I had to learn. Let's educate. Let's get these mindsets together. I'm not on a budget. I have a financial plan. So in my financial plan, I'm changing my mindset. I'm paying myself first, and I have the money to pay and allocate for the things that I want to do.
Very cool. Very cool. Any other things you'd like to add before we set you off?
So I will say it's definitely doable. Do not think about the nasty word budget. Think about your financial plan with your financial freedom. That's the ultimate goal. I can give you more tips if you want to follow me on IG at Boundaries Consulting. And I have some free ebooks I'll give away on relationship with money, because you need to have a good relationship with your money.
Did you just say a free ebook?
I definitely will. Relationships with money.
Oh, man.
Give it out.
All right. So we'll definitely have to get your links and share them as well. We got free ebooks, and we got to go follow her on Insta. But yeah, thank you so much, Brandy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my tip, and then I'll bring everyone back out for our last hoorah.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So my tip to save money to improve your financial health is kind of an interesting one and a fun one that many people learned during COVID. It's going to be cook for yourself. Even one meal a week can save you $15. Just learn how to cook all your breakfast, or just cook one fancy dinner. Save $15 a week, $60 a month. That's like $720 a year. It's so simple. You can YouTube meals. You could cook the same meal every Friday night or every Wednesday night, whatever you want. But imagine an extra $700 in your bank account. Imagine doubling that and doing 2 meals a week instead of eating out. And cooking for yourself is going to also financially help you with your physical body. Less ailments, less supplements you'll need, all that kind of stuff. So you'll save a lot of money, and it's a great, fun activity to do. And I mean, who doesn't like eating homemade, fresh food? So that's my tip for y'all. We're going to bring everyone back out and go discuss all our tips and hopefully have some discussion and come up with our weekly challenge. So everyone's coming back out now. All right, Eddie, let's start. Sally, can you refresh us real quickly what your tip was?
My tip was a crypto giving tree, one time, $10, anywhere in the world, and you will make $20,080 when you go through all the 3 steps. Easy to do. Most people have never heard of this, but I want to help as many people get out of debt.
Marianne, do you have any thoughts on that? I think you're muted.
There we go. I love that. I mean, I think that's a low risk. It's $10, and I'm big on low risk things. You want to make sure you can afford to lose it, and $10 is fast food, so cook at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't go to Starbucks twice in a week. You've saved that money already.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy, any thoughts on that?
I definitely agree. $10 is definitely a low risk. Like she said, give up that Starbucks and you can multiply your money instead of just drinking your money.
Exactly.
All right. Marianne, can you remind us of your tip?
Yeah. So my tip is to track your impulse buys, the times that you are impulsively spending in the store, and just keep track of those. And it a little bit adds up. You'll see your spending habits. And I actually have a free spending types quiz that helps identify what triggers you to buy. So I forgot to say that, and I'll provide the link in the resource.
Yeah, definitely send us the link so we can share that too. So we got free ebook, free spending guide. Love it. Hey, Sally, what are your thoughts on Marianne's tip?
Marianne, I just took my 4-year-old niece shopping over the weekend, and the impulse buys, the candy, the toys right at the checkout line, I never thought of it. And when you started talking about it today, I'm like, oh, I could see people just giving in so quickly.
Yep, totally get it.
Brandy, how do you feel about impulse buys?
That is the worst. And they put those things at the register so you can say, oh, let me get it, knowing you don't need it, but you're standing in line, so you just grab it. Impulse buy, once you look at your numbers, you will see how much you spend on impulse buying. So you definitely need to get that under control.
Yeah. I was going to say, Brandy, I loved it. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I loved Brandy's comment about the mindset and its freedom, because I was very anti-budget, because I was like, I don't want to be restricted.
Right. That's how we look at it.
It took me seeing my spending and going, oh my gosh, I am spending so much. I need a budget. I need to see how much I have to spend. Yeah, so I loved that. It starts with mindset.
Yes.
And getting those impulse buys, get them under control.
Exactly.
Well, I jumped ahead, Marianne, but I guess we'll go.
I'm so passionate. I love talking like the same language with other people. So when I go, I can't stop.
I love it. That's great. I mean, yeah, impulse buys. It's so funny. I just moved to St. Thomas. I'm on an island. We go and buy a papaya, and then we're like, we need some ice cream with that. We're like, wait, no, we don't. We don't need ice cream. That's not how it works. You just eat the papaya. You're just fine. No problems. You just walk by it and you like rationalize it instantly.
Right.
Hey, Brandy, do you want to give us a quick refresher on what your tip was?
So my tip was starting with your mindset, making sure that you wrap your mind around getting away from the nasty word budget that most of us don't like, and look at it as a financial plan and your freedom. You're not restricted. You're just planning your path for your freedom financially, and pay yourself first. That way, if you have your savings for yourself, then you can, that sometimes you want to have, you have it in your savings, you can obtain that.
I love it. And Marianne kind of already talked about it. So we'll go with Sally. What are your thoughts on Brandy's tip?
First off, mindset is so incredibly important. I mean, the 6 inches between your ears are the most expensive real estate, and so many people veg out on Netflix or don't do anything. And one of my favorite books, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wallace, he just says, do one thing to change your life. It could make such a huge difference. And Brandy, I think so many people, I don't know if they've checked out because of COVID or if they've always been like that. So I agree. And pay yourself first. You have to pay your car insurance. You have to pay your electric bill. You have to pay your water bill. Pay yourself first, because if you don't, you can lose everything.
Right.
I love
Marianne,
that.
I don't know. Do you want to talk more on that?
Of course, I'm already talking. Oh my God.
Go ahead. Let's share.
I just love that the most valuable piece of real estate is between your ears. I love that. I mean, knowledge is so crucial, and it's not expensive. It's not for the rich. We have libraries, and there's even Libby. It's a free app that you can have audiobooks.
Exactly.
So,
Right. I love it.
love that.
That was the biggest thing, besides losing my income during COVID. The library shut down, and so I read everything on my phone now, and I'm like, I need to go back to the library. I love going to the library.
That's very true. Yeah, Libby's a great app. I mean, reading, you can promote that on anything. It's huge. I mean, that's kind of what this show is like little teeny books. A little book from Sally, a little book from Brandy, a little book from Marianne, where we all just kind of give a tiny little bit in there. And then, if people like it and are attracted to it, they can go meet you guys and talk to you guys. Learning and education is.
They say a statistic, most Americans don't even read one book a year, let alone 3 or 4 books. I mean, there's so much we could learn just from reading a book.
True. Yeah. And we take for granted with reading. I mean, audio is out here. Definitely listen to it. If you can listen to while you're driving and working out. So it's no excuse to not educate yourself with as much literature that's out here.
Yep.
Very much agree with that. All right, guys, we've got one of my favorite parts of the episode. We have to come up with our weekly challenge. So this is something that is going to help people save money and improve their financial health. It must take less than 5 minutes a day, and it must cost $0. And we do it every day. What tip would you guys have? What should our challenge be?
I think just reading 5 minutes a day from either on Libby or listening to a book on tape or on CD or however you listen to it, that can change your life so much.
So maybe 5 minutes on a money saving book. Do you know anyone have any good money saving books that we have out there?
I walk 3 miles a day, and I download books on my phone to listen to. The book I recommended, The Science of Getting Rich, it's short. In 3 days, I can listen to the whole thing in 45 minutes. It's an easy book to listen to.
Very cool. Very cool. I had an idea. I was thinking maybe we write down one thing every day that we bought that was not necessary.
I like that.
Yeah. And then just that with Brandy's mindset, just being in the mindset that you have the power to change your finances, and you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the financial life you want, and it's contagious. The more you do it, the more you realize you're saving, the more you'll want to do it. So just get started with that 5 minutes, writing down the impulse. Maybe listen to the book on tape while you're cooking, and then be mindful about what you're going to implement.
That's quite a challenge. Let's pick one of them. Let's get all
into a circle. Exactly.
Yeah. You just got to realize you're in control of this. So it's all about you. You are in control. No one is controlling your finances but you. So get that mindset together. Write down that step. Listen to that book. And you can listen to it, like she said, while you're cooking. So all of this is going to save you and get your mindset to the fact that you're going to get to your financial freedom.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. So that's quite a challenge. You're going to have to cook, listen, write, and think. Let's try to see if we can make it a tiny bit easier. Let's maybe just do 1 or 2 of those. We do have a lot of listeners that may not be able to do all of that. What do you guys think is the most important for saving money? kind of like the mind. So if we write down something every day that we don't need, or that we've bought that we didn't need, that kind of adds to the mindset as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It makes you start thinking about stuff you don't need.
Right, things you
and
can
that's
give
something
up.
simple.
Yeah.
That's something simple, or maybe it's something that you were about to buy that you didn't buy. If you were able to withhold those things.
Just
how do you
being
guys feel about that?
mindful of your spending and being aware, because we just swipe the card, we're not aware of it, and so just writing down one thing will start helping you be mindful and aware.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Especially if you do cooking, or if you do the book, your one thing that day could be like, hey, I listened to this book, so it helped me not buy the candy bar. Or if you end up cooking at home, you'd be like, hey, I didn't buy out. I actually bought my own groceries and cooked and saved money. So they all kind of tie into that. I think that just like Brandy, the mindset, like every day, let's write something down that we saved money on. Something that we either didn't buy, that we made the decision not to buy anymore, or something that we bought a cheaper, or we used a coupon, or something like that. How do you guys feel about that as a challenge?
I like it.
I like it. When I go shopping, I'll be honest, I shop at Walmart. I have my phone and I keep track of everything I'm picking up. And somebody at Walmart on Saturday said, why are you doing that? I'm like, I need to know how much it's going to be when I get to the cash register, because I have a budget's a bad word, but I have so much I can spend. And I was shopping with my 4-year-old niece, and she's like, I want this candy bar. I'm like, we don't need candy bars. We're trying, I've released 40 pounds to the world, and I don't eat ice cream or candy anymore. So it's good.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so let's make that we just, a little bit of mindfulness, and every day we post something that we saved money on, that we either decided not to buy, or something we bought less of, or something in our head that we decide that actively thinking about saving money. I think is going to be super helpful for the next week. Everyone agree with that?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. We're going to wrap the show up here. Hope you guys had a great time, and I'm going to do a couple closing talks, and then I'll talk to you guys in just a sec.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good one. We got 4 awesome tips there. Feel free to take them as you will. If you want more advice or specific, make sure you contact any of these guests directly. They're all open for conversation. They would love to hear from you and hear about their tip, and I'm sure they have like 50,000 more tips. So if you're having a really tough time saving money, go ahead and reach out. We got 3 awesome people. You heard their tips. If you like their tips, go find out more. Go meet them. And as always, stay tuned for our episode next week.